You need a custodian for your stablecoin. Why BNY?
Well, look, I think as the crypto industry has emerged from kind of the last administration where the industry was being attacked, working with the most trusted,
We were founded more than a decade ago with a mission to enable the Internet of Value, a world where money moves like information does today. We build software products that power cross-border payments, stablecoins, and digital custody.
This is a technology. It's not an asset class. It will be used in many ways, including in tokenizing securities.
So what is exciting about PYUSD coming to Stellar is that Stellar is a fast, low-cost network, and it extends PYUSD's reach to 180 plus countries.
We work every day with banks that rely on our technology to deliver real results in the global economy. Ripple leverages the XRP ledger, a decentralized, battle-tested, open-source blockchain, as well as its native digital asset, XRP, to facilitate payments.
They try to shake me out, but I was born ready. Dropping down the price, then I be getting plenty. They want all your bags, and they want all of them empty.
What's up, good bitches? Welcome back to some more Boon O'Clock News. No breakfast, no coffee, just straight extra bullishness. Shout out to that sub. Appreciate you stopping by, tuning in. Don't forget to drop an elbow from the top ropes on that likey button. We got XRP on the rise. We got breaking news to pop off. But before we get into the breaking news, the markets are on the run. XRP 238, Stellar XLM 29.5 cents. We got breaking news. Ripple has selected BNY Global as the primary reserve custodian for RLUSD, an enterprise-grade stablecoin built for a real-world utility, supported by one of the largest and most trusted financial service companies in the world. Learn more about our shared vision for compliant, scalable digital asset infrastructure and the foundational step in bridging traditional finance and crypto. All roads lead to the bridge. XRP, BNY Mellon, Ripple. Ripple selects BNY to custody Ripple USD reserves, institutions, banks, enterprises on our way to pump our bags up. BNY Mellon will have custody of Ripple's new stablecoin as institutional interest in crypto swells. Monica Long, another key milestone for RUSD in the books, partnering with institutions like BNY to custody the reserves ensures that RUSD has the gold standard in regulatory compliance, further cementing our position as the go-to stablecoin for the global enterprises. And XRP is becoming the premier go-to blockchain in the utility era. BNY Mellon, Riz XRP, the beginning, 1700 NDAs coming alive. The unlocking, Ripple proof of concept. BNY Mellon holds over 43 trillion in traditional assets under custody and clears and settles more than 2 trillion in payments every single day. BNY Mellon, RLUSD, XRP. This ain't your average stablecoin. This is enterprise grade, XRP connected, TradeFi powered digital money. BNY plus Ripple equals global liquidity tsunami. Legacy finance is embracing crypto. Institutional money is here. Mainstream adoption is here. Got big Brad Garlinghouse says join Squawk Box CNBC this morning to discuss institutional stablecoin momentum and how trusted banks like BNY just announced as RLUSD reserve banking partner today are ready to go all in on crypto with regulatory clarity, all in utility coins like XRP. The U.S. is long overdue for crypto market structure legislation, which will protect consumers, establish jurisdictional swim lanes, and allow financial innovation to thrive. Ripple, BNY Mellon, building bridges. Riz XRP, so it begins.
Announcing just moments ago that it's partnering with BNY for BNY to be its primary custodian for its stablecoin. Joining us first on CNBC, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse. Wow, that's a nice shot, Brad. It suits you well. You're looking very, even presidential almost. Welcome.
thank you. It's good to be here. Good to be back on Squawk Box.
You need a custodian for your stablecoin. Why BNY?
Well, look, I think as the crypto industry has emerged from kind of the last administration where the industry was being attacked, working with the most trusted, the most well-regulated, and even the best capitalized partners is a way to continue to build trust in this system. And stablecoins at their core, by their nature, it's a dollar backed with a dollar in deposits. BNY Mellon has, for a very long time been amongst the most trusted partners out there for as a custody bank. So we're really pleased. We think it's indicative of the shift of tide where we've had headwinds for this industry are now becoming tailwinds, and I think we're going to see a lot of growth.
I mean, all the way back to that duel, I think, right? Is that Bank of New York? I think, yeah, Alexander Hamilton. It goes back a ways, doesn't it?
That one goes way back. I didn't put a number out there because I wasn't sure how many years it's been. But the BNY Mellon, we feel very lucky to be partnered with them, and we think, again, building trust for the whole industry and having RLUSD, our stablecoin, which just passed $500 million of market cap. We launched only about 6 months ago, so we're really pleased with that trend line and feel like this will only continue to build that trust.
It's small compared to some of your competitors, though, at this point. How does that factor into how you approach the whole stablecoin industry?
So the stablecoin industry is about $250 billion today. You know, many people think it'll be between $1 and $2 trillion in a handful of years. The growth behind it has been profound. We joined the market kind of late, partly because we were using stablecoins in our payment flows for our institutional customers. As you probably know, Ripple at its core has been a payments company and solving a cross-border payments problem. We use stablecoins, we use XRP where it makes sense. And stablecoins, when we were using that, we were a big part of activity for us. We were minting a lot, and we thought we can participate in this market, given our institutional background, given the fact we've leaned into compliance and been very regulated. We have over 60 global licenses to participate in these markets. So we feel like the growth ahead will serve us well as we continue to serve that institutional client.
You still want a banking license, right? Even though you have this deal with BNY.
Well, yes, is the short answer. We have pursued a requested application to apply for an OCC license as well as a Fed master account. We think that the key here for crypto and the kind of decentralized finance, as many people call it, Ripple has been building bridges between traditional finance and decentralized finance. The world isn't going to be taken over by crypto. Instead, we think about how do we take the best of what crypto brings in facilitating faster, cheaper transactions and bring it to traditional finance. That's been at the heart of what Ripple has been focused on from the beginning. This is a step towards that, and certainly getting an OCC license, for those that have said that the crypto world wants to be unregulated, whatever, the opposite is true. You know, I'm here in Washington in part, as you referenced, there's a Senate Banking Committee hearing today. We are advocating as an industry to be regulated. And those that, like Ripple, who have stepped forward and said we want to get an OCC license, in addition to the licenses we have with the New York Department of Financial Services, it only continues to augment that very robust, very compliance-first, trusted partner so that we can continue to use these technologies to benefit consumers and businesses alike.
BTC who? ETH who? The best is yet to come. Crawl walk. Then we rock it. It's BNY Mellon holding a big bag of XRP. Meanwhile, we got Big Brad Garlinghouse front and center on the main stage again, from Wall Street to Web3 building tomorrow's digital asset markets.
Good morning, Chair Scott, Ranking Member Warren, and members of the committee. Thank you for the opportunity to appear before you today. My name is Brad Garlinghouse, and I'm the CEO of Ripple. Ripple has approximately 900 employees across our 15 offices worldwide. We were founded more than a decade ago with a mission to enable the Internet of Value, a world where money moves like information does today. We build software products that power cross-border payments, stablecoins, and digital custody. Ripple helps financial institutions reduce friction, unlock efficiencies, and serve their customers better. These are not abstract concepts. We work every day with banks that rely on our technology to deliver real results in the global economy. Ripple leverages the XRP ledger, a decentralized, battle-tested, open-source blockchain, as well as its native digital asset, XRP, to facilitate payments. XRP is built to enable fast, low-cost, and highly scalable transactions. From the start, Ripple made the deliberate choice to work with policymakers and regulators, not around them. We have taken a compliance-first approach, operating with over 60 payment, service, crypto, and money transmitter licenses domestically and globally. With regard to the topic of this hearing, we believe smart legislation should be based on several core principles. Consumers need protection from fraud and scams. Markets need proper oversight. Bad actors need to be kept in check. And innovation must thrive. A constructive and workable framework for digital assets and stablecoins that achieves these goals will expand access to financial markets, create jobs, strengthen the economy, and put the US on the path to being a global blockchain and crypto leader. For the last decade, the legal and regulatory uncertainty surrounding crypto has prohibited meaningful progress in the US. At Ripple, we certainly saw firsthand how the lack of clear rules of the road can be weaponized to target good actors. In turn, the technology, jobs, and tax dollars that go with it are pushed offshore, reducing regulatory oversight and putting consumers at higher risk. This has severely harmed American businesses, investors, and most concerned consumers. Ripple was the tip of the spear for this regulation by enforcement campaign and was subject to an enforcement action in 2020. We were the first leading US company to be sued by the SEC. We and many others understood that a loss here would be a death knell for the industry. Fortunately, after 4 years of a hard-fought legal battle, we prevailed. The court ruled in our favor on everything that mattered, including finding that the token XRP is not, in and of itself, a security. Our victory cleared the path for other market participants to fight back. Despite these headwinds, Ripple still prioritizes education and engagement with policymakers and regulators globally. For companies to have the confidence to continue doing business in the United States, Congress should focus on passing principled and smart legislation with these critical goals in mind. First, set clear jurisdictional boundaries for our main financial regulators. Second, establish pathways for companies to build in the US without sacrificing investor or consumer protections. And third, ensure that the US can be a global leader in crypto by taking full advantage of the benefits and efficiencies brought by digital assets and blockchain technologies. The US possesses the world's deepest capital markets, the most advanced technical talent, and a spirit of innovation that has powered our nation since its founding. There is no reason we should not be the undisputed leader in digital assets and blockchain. Over 55 million Americans participate in the crypto economy today, equating to over a $3.3 trillion market cap. A smart regulatory framework for crypto market structure is essential to realize that future and is overdue. Speaking on behalf of the crypto industry, I urge you to prioritize the passage of market structure legislation for digital assets through this committee and the full Senate, to provide the rules and regulations needed to ensure that the US becomes the crypto capital of the world. Once market structure legislation for digital assets becomes law in the United States, this will catalyze a new era of US competitiveness and unlock efficiencies in financial transactions, dramatically helping consumers and businesses alike. Ripple hopes to see this become a reality, and we look forward to working with you to help make this happen. I look forward to your questions.
Thank you.
Brad Garlinghouse, locked in. Stu Alderati, locked in. Bags packed, locked and loaded. Crypto Law US, fundamental truth from Tim. Crypto is a technology, not a asset class.
This is a technology. It's not an asset class. It will be used in many ways, including in tokenizing securities.
Meanwhile, well, Insider Justin, XRP holds the #1 spot in South Korea with over 132.59 million in 24-hour trading volume. XRP, Korea, on fire. Meanwhile, Ripple Swell 2025 returns to NYC. It's happening November 4th to the 5th, and we've just released the first wave of speakers. Don't miss the 2 days of ideas shaping the future of crypto, blockchain, and finance. Requests to attend. Monica Long, the most wonderful time of the year is coming up. Register for Ripple Swell below. Will we have a proper party? Part 2. Meanwhile, Stellar, XLM on the move. Greater reach means greater opportunity for small and medium-sized business owners. Got the director of PayPal on what makes PYUSD on Stellar so exciting.
So hi, I'm Ian Burrell, and I'm a Senior Director for PayPal. I manage PayPal's crypto engineering team. PYUSD is a stable coin. It is backed by the US dollar. 1 PYUSD is $1. 20 PYUSD is $20. All of your funds are kept in a bankruptcy remote account, which means all of your money is safe and secure. So what is exciting about PYUSD coming to Stellar is that Stellar is a fast, low-cost network, and it extends PYUSD's reach to 180 plus countries. When you look at traditional finance, it can take days and cost up to hundreds of dollars when you want to be sending money internationally. When you look at small businesses and medium businesses, they have razor-thin margins and a lot of challenges with their supply chain. By enabling merchants to use PYUSD on Stellar, they are able to send money in near real time, allowing for more efficient management of capital. Just really excited to see PYUSD go live on Stellar.
Dark Defender, XRP is bullish on all time frames for the first time since January 2025. This tells us something. Mustache, it happened in 2023, 2024. Now the total 3 is about to do it again in 2025. A big breakout for altcoins is coming. I hope you got those bags packed, locked and loaded. Another one for Mustache. In the 10 years, there has not been a moment when altcoins have been in the red for so long as this cycle. Each time there was a pump afterwards. In addition, an almost 5-year falling wedge is forming in the RSI. One of the biggest breakouts in history is coming. With mass adoption upon us and the transformation of wealth upon us, the longer they take, the higher we keep climbing on that XRP rich list. Where will those bags be when that regulation to our molasses finally breaks open and XRP's true price is finally revealed? We'll catch you up here on the mothership. I am the XRP bagman, the Moon Commander. BYOB, bring your own bags, be your own bank, be your own boss. And don't forget to drop an elbow from the top ropes on that likey button. We'll see you at the tippy top. Later, glitches.
Eating all these bags like a black hole, rounding up some more like a lasso. We was getting turned extra bullish at the last show. Spaceship getting heavy with the last dough, knowing that the pump coming soon in this blast mode. R.I.P. peace to the chateaus. Fuzzers they was hitting cause of Clayton they was knocking, trying to get inside of the castle. Rockets loading up, about to blast off the gravel. Told you get your ticket but you missed out on the raffle. SEC a bunch of lies, what a bunch of assholes. But that rocket reignited like a gas stove, ready to flip the switch, then we blast more in another orbit like an astro. All them times it was talking ish turned to a fiasco. Fortune to the beast, feel like Mozart playing the piano. Rob Nichols and Batman on the track, bringing mad souls. See you in the Astros. Yo, I'm a crypto holic. All these puppets lawless. When we beat the case fatality, it was flawless.